Well, that's right. That's right. It's your boy, Brother Black One, here with another strong video. I'm Brother Black One, and what I do, if you don't know me, is I help people make sound, strong decisions as it pertains to mate selection. Now, today's topic I'm going to be talking about, it's basically called story time, but don't fall for the story. What I mean when I say don't fall for the story, what I mean is, before I get into that, I need you to go and rate, subscribe, and share in that order. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to do that. All right, go ahead. 1, 5. All right, now back to the video. So what I'm gonna be talking about today is story time. This is something that we all fell for, or we either did it or we fell for the story. And what I mean when I say we fall for the story is, I mean that when you're getting it, talking to someone, and you're getting to know them and things like that, you getting to exchange information, and you're telling the person, about your past relationships and things of that nature. And depending on how the relationship went is based on how you told your story about your past. And so to further elaborate, an example would be, okay, so you dealing with that person. They say, well, when was your last relationship? And you tell them. And then they say, well, what happened? And you give this long, drawn out story. And the person tells it so convincing. They tell you they tell you all the little minute details. They tell you everything that happened and this is what went on. And, we were doing this, and then all of a sudden, that person did this or did that, and the relationship went awry and things of that nature. And what happens is you listen to that story to the point where you start to believe every word that person is telling you. You start hanging off every word what they're saying to you. And the reason why I say don't fall for the story is because you still don't know this person. And if you didn't know by now, the human mind is powerful. And you can make yourself believe anything that you want to believe. You can make yourself believe that, right? So I'm going to be transparent and give you a scenario I was in. So back in the day, I was dating this young lady. And you know how they say certain areas are small. And you listen to my other prior videos. I'm from the DMV area, the Washington D.C. metro area originally. And what happened was I met this dude, and by coincidence, he was dating the same young lady that I started dating years later. So we became cool and stuff like that. And what happened was, and see, most people are not going to have the opportunity that I had because it's just the way the universe worked. And I said, let me ask you a question. Did she tell you that we dated? And he was like, well, he said no. He said, did she tell you about her old past relationship? He was like, yeah. And she was telling me about, this guy, whatever. So to make a long story short, she was talking about me to this guy. So what happened was she painted this picture like I was just the most awfulest thing on wheels, right? So me and the dude, we would run each other from time to time, and years go by, we would talk, say what's up, whatever. And every so often I would, and I would talk to him, we would hang out, something like that, whatever. So I said, let me ask you a question. I said, man, you've been knowing me for over like a year now. You see me coming and going, whatever. He was like, yeah. And I said, am I anything like she told you? when we in a relationship. And he was like, nah, man, far as I can tell, you know, man, you seem to be a pretty straight up dude because she was saying you was this and this and that and this and that. And then when I know you, I don't see none of that. I mean, of course, you know, you have to take it for a grain of salt because he's not in a relationship. But, you know, that's when it just hit me. You can't go off of somebody tell you, because I'm going to tell you how this also affects you. If you end up getting married to that person, the new person, I'll give you a perfect scenario. I got a partner who was married, got divorced, his wife remarried again, right? His ex-wife remarried again. And the wife started filling the new husband's head with all this stuff that her ex-husband did that was so bad and so bad. Now, of course, you know, they have kids because, you know, most people tell you meet people, you're going to have kids from pre-relationship. So he had to deal with her because they had children together, right? So he would come pick his child up and the dude will be giving him these like death stares like, you better not say nothing or whatever. And it was interesting because I knew from that encounter, just like my encounter, that person believed wholeheartedly what his new girlfriend or wife had said. So here he is, he's giving this guy the gas face, and he had to finally pull the guy to the side and say, listen, I don't know what my ex done told you. If you want to know something, you come ask me. And that's the best thing, that's the best mature thing that my friend could have did, you know? But it's scenarios like that why you can't believe the first story you hear. And the only way that the truth is going to come out is if when that person tells you their story or their super cop story or tells you this story, because see, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to be most time you're not even going to meet the other person. I was just fortunate enough that that's the way, you know, it turned out. But you're not always going to do that. But I'm going to tell you something. When that person tells you that story, log that bad boy in the back of your mind and just over a period of time, just see whatever they said matches up. Like they'll say like, you know, especially if their giveaway is, well, you know, it was all them. It was all that person. Yada, yada, yada. The only litmus test is time. Time will see if that person's story stays consistent, or the events they tell you, you'll start to see signs that they may be some irregular things that's not matching up. But we do it. It's like human nature. What we'll do is we'll just go because we're caught up in emotion and we're caught up in the moment, and you just think that he or she is like an angel from above. And if you're not careful, you'll get caught up in that thing, and then you'll have egg on your face, and they'll be looking at you like you crazy. So my point is, when a person tells you their story, you know what I like to do now? I like to say, wow, that's cool. I really hear, you know, what you're saying. But obviously, that person's not here to defend themselves. Now, when you say that statement, the first knee-jerk reaction is they're going to give you that weird look like, why ain't you believing me? Or they're going to be like, yeah, well, you know, you're right, whatever, whatever. I'm telling you, because this is how you get sucked in and you get lured into that deep place. And because a lot of times people got them ulterior motives, and what they're trying to do, they're trying to sink their emotional claws in you. And so especially when you become intimate and you get closer, the more they will they'll use it against you. You know what I'm saying? Or you won't be able to be an independent thinker. You'll tend to go along with whatever they say. And what I will tell you is, just don't fall for the story. You know, sit back, wait. I'm telling you from experience. Never fails. You'll see some inconsistencies most times. All right? So just remember, don't fall for that first story, man. Just sit back and let it unfold. Trust me. It's your boy, Brother Black One, with another strong video. Peace.